Welcome to this Acumatica tutorial. My name is Zach Mayer with the Mayer Group, and today we'll be taking a quick look at basic navigation throughout Acumatica. I am currently logged into my sales demo company on the customer view dashboard. This dashboard is currently set as my personal user homepage, which can be configured user by user in the My Profile settings. Whatever home screen you have selected in your profile will be the page that you navigate to anytime you click the logo in the top left corner. Underneath that logo, we're going to see our list of workspaces or menus that are available throughout the system based off of your user's security access. Within each of our menus or workspaces, we're going to see a list of categories that the screens are broken down into. Here in my sales order workspace, I see the first section in the top left corner is transactions. Those transaction screens can be found in different menus throughout the system, and those could include sales orders, invoices, and shipments, as we see here within the sales order menu, but that could also be your purchase orders. It could be your credit or debit memos and adjustments. It could be bills and invoices as well. Underneath our transactions, we see automated operations. Those will not be available in every menu, but in this case, within sales orders, we do have an automated screen for the pick, pack, and ship process. And then underneath our automated operations, we see profiles. Profiles, regardless of what menu you find them in, will tend to be your master data. In this case, we have customers, but our vendors, our stock items, and non-stock items are other examples of a profile screen. Moving to our second column, we see processes. Processes throughout the system tell us it's a screen that we can utilize to take a bulk action against, in this case, sales orders, for example, rather than having to process an order one by one. The process orders screen, as an example, would allow us to create many shipments at once rather than having to create them one at a time. We then have three separate categories that could fall underneath a more generic umbrella terminology of reporting. Our first category is going to be inquiries. Inquiries are live data feeds that we can run on Acumatica without having to download or generate any type of document, and we can see that live data feed presented in the system that we are able to manipulate, meaning I have my list of transactions here for a customer account that I have chosen. I could choose if I would like to include unreleased documents, all documents. I could drag and drop my columns into whatever order I choose, and each column header can be filtered as well. Any inquiry screen will allow me to click on this file drawer icon to open up my column configuration window, where I can hide or show additional columns as I see fit. That does differ a bit from our reports, which will typically ask for a parameter to be provided. If I look at shipment summary, for example, I'm going to have the ability to provide some data on this parameter screen, and then I click on Run Report. When I click to run my report, it's generating a PDF document that I could choose to print, email, download, and save to my computer, but it is not live data that I am editing or manipulating once the PDF has been generated. I would need to update my parameters and generate a new PDF to change it. We then have printed forms in the middle, which typically are your external documents, something that a customer or a vendor would likely receive. That could be your order acknowledgement, it could be a shipment confirmation or a packing slip, it could be your invoice, purchase order, production ticket, would all be examples of a printed form. We then have our preferences. Now, preferences could be something as simple as the module's preference screens, in this case our sales order preferences, but those could also be other system configurations such as your order types, your customer, vendor, and item classes, ship via codes or shipping terms, etc. So based off of your user's security access determines which categories and screens within those categories will be visible to you. When we are looking in our workspace, we also have what we call a quick menu versus a full menu. Currently, I am looking at the full menu of the sales order workspace, and I can quickly navigate to the quick menu by clicking on the Show Less button at the bottom of the screen. When I click between Show All and Show Less, it's switching between that simplified or full menu view. I can also toggle between those by clicking on the name of the workspace I am currently looking at. And if I want to update what is visible within my quick menu, I can do so by clicking on this gear icon in the top right corner of the menu. When I click on that gear icon, it shows me all of the possible screens that my user could see in this menu, and I would select the check mark next to which screens I would like in that quick menu. We also have tiles located at the top of our menu, which are shortcuts to a particular screen or action within this workspace. My first tile, for example, would be to enter a new sales order. That would be a shortcut taking me directly into the order entry screen, so I can immediately start entering a new sales order. But I could get to that same place by hovering over the sales order screen and clicking the plus new button. My third option to get to that same place would be to click on sales orders, which takes me into my sales order inquiry view, or I could then click on the plus sign at the top of the screen to enter a new order as well. There are many examples where our tiles do provide a shortcut, but not necessarily the only way to accomplish that action. So it comes down to personal preference of how you would like to navigate the system yourself. Our final component of our workspaces and basic navigation are favoriting the screens we use the most. I can see that there are a couple screens already favorited, which is indicated by the gold star I see next to the screen's name. I can remove a favorite by clicking on that star, or I can add a new favorite by highlighting a screen I would like to favorite and clicking on that star icon. The really nice benefit of favoriting the screens you utilize the most across the different workspaces you work in is it does consolidate those into one simplified menu at the very top of my list of workspaces called Favorites. I can see each category or menu I have favorited screens within in one combined view. And if I'm looking for a particular menu or workspace on my list here and I don't see it listed, it might be hidden underneath the More Items section at the very bottom left corner, which shows me the additional workspaces currently not visible in the side panel. If there's a workspace listed here that I do frequently utilize and I don't want to have to always come into the More Items section, I can click on that pin icon to pin it to my sidebar. That is going to be it for basic navigation throughout Acumatica. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the Mayor Group and make sure to check out the other videos available in the Mayor Group library. That is going to be it for this video, so thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next tutorial.